They don't believe in free.
What's up, family? So today we got a interesting one. DJ Academics kind of going breaking it down the Megan and Klay Thompson situation. Um, I guess there's a little bit more to the story than that meets the eye. So, but it's always gonna be more to the story when with Meg's involved. I ain't gonna lie.
Speech unless they're speaking. They have tried to sue, file fake copyright claims. They have tried to harass. They have tried to do everything to any outlet or any voices of notoriety that have spoken about or spoken out against them or their clients. One notably, Meg Thee Stallion. When Meg Thee Stallion, before her trial started, when people did not acknowledge that she was like this victim, like how Rihanna was seen to be a victim, and people just pointed out inconsistencies. Yo, she said she never had sex with the dude. She did. We realized it was a bunch of lies. We realized, like, yo, hey, listen, you just can't trust her. They didn't like that. What Rock Nation did was a targeted campaign to try to silence people through using legal remedies. Hey, you used a picture. I mean, they filed a claim against even us, saying we used a Jay-Z picture that we thought was owned by Getty. Supposedly, they bought the rights from Getty. I never even heard of that before. Anyway, what's happened is that within the last day or so, the Daily Mail, and this is a reputable outlet to some extent, they have published a exclusive story where they claim that within the confines of the Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson relationship, they're saying that he thought she was everything that we knew her to be. Ghetto, loud, on
So Clay got what did hold on. What did he say?
educated, annoying, and basically someone that he was dying to get away from. Now,
Yeah. So yeah, Clay. That's who she is, though. What do you mean with who we thought she? That's who she presents herself to be. That's what she does. I get everybody has a character when they get online and they're this different person. But she a hoe. She a hoe. You know what I'm saying? She one of the top ones out there. And she probably put that on Clay at first, like, no, I'm not like that. And I think after time, Clay like, listen, I'm Klay Thompson. Like, let's be for real now. What is this really? That's all.
I do want to read some of this. It says cheater. That's what a fuming Meg Thee Stallion branded Klay Thompson after she shockingly revealed that they'd call it quits. The Savage.
You know what's crazy is after everybody breaks up, it's you're a cheater. You're this. Just shut the fuck up. Hey, we didn't work out. You trying to tarnish his character and credibility and all. Like, listen, Clay is a NBA champion. I think a 3-time NBA champion. Like he's not he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm just be honest with you. Um, that's yeah. It always after the breakup, especially with a 304, like Shorty gonna come out and say some of the most just foul things that all right, if it happened, it happened, but damn.
Rapper, which is Meg Thee Stallion, she's 31 now, in a Instagram story in April, said that the pro basketball player was unfaithful and added, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatments towards me during the basketball season. Now, you don't know if you could be monogamous? Bitch, I need a real break. After this one, bye, y'all. So now a source close to Thompson. So apparently Klay Thompson is getting his side out. They've now exclusively released or revealed that the offensive comments towards the NBA star, they've revealed offensive comments the NBA star made behind Meg's back, prompting questions about his true intentions with the rapper. They said he was over her. He didn't want to be with her. I think he wanted to break up with her for a while, but just didn't know how.
Why would he want to be with her? Why would Klay Thompson want to be with Megan Thee Stallion? A girl who's known to be a hoe, who's had sex with multiple other celebrities, whose body's all over the internet, who shakes her ass everywhere. Why would you? I thought Megan was a city girl. I thought Megan was about that shit. why would he want to marry her? And I think that's the problem, shorty. Like I think a lot of people getting it confused. Like he don't Klay don't owe Megan nothing. Shorty, you a bop. Let's keep it 100. You know what you is. You know what I am. I'm a NBA superstar. You a 304 from the city that you a mainstream artist. Congratulations, but your whole identity is being a hoe. There's nothing about you that screams wife or mother of my child. Nothing about you that screams that. But then you get upset and get in your feelings when a man treats you how you asked to be treated. So it's okay for you to play the guy and shit on the guy, but when the guy's like, you know what, I don't want to deal with that no more. He's wrong. I'm confused.
To. A second source said, sorry. A second source said, however, adamantly disputed the claim that Dallas Mavericks star ever attempted to end the relationship, insisting Klay never once tried to break up with her. Anyway, says the reality is Meg ended the relationship after so I guess the second source is her people. She discovered that Klay Thompson had been cheating on her. The first source said that they were made aware of Thompson trying to contact past flings before he and
Now I will say this. I will say this. I think what Klay effed up at is, bro, you don't want to be with her, just leave her. Just leave her, bro. Ain't no reason in cheating and getting caught cheating and all that. Like, just leave the hoe. It probably was hard because you walk in the room, you know what I'm saying, stressful night, and you see Megan Thee Stallion in your bed. Well, that is kind of hard to just walk away from or be like, girl, I'm done with you. But we got to think about this. This is Klay Thompson we talking about. Klay Thompson has seen some of the baddest women on this planet. It shouldn't be that hard for him. He didn't see some of the baddest things that ever walked the planet. I'm sure of it. So it shouldn't have been nothing for him to be like, man, Meg, we done. And then go do you. You know, there ain't no reason to cheat on her, then get caught cheating and make it seem like, just lead a hoe. Like you knew everybody knew what this was. Like nobody it was a great picture, like, oh yeah, NBA star kind of really looks like somebody's husband type. Yeah, I thought Klay would be married the way he acts. Honestly, he has a personality to be like somebody's husband. And former whole now newfound housewife Megan Thee Stallion gets together. Now they together. Like it was like, okay, I guess maybe maybe she really did change. But it's like no man wants to, bro. Come on, nobody wants to sit back and be like at the caliber that Klay's at. The woman he can get wants to choose Megan, like the woman who just takes this all day. Who literally is a bot. Like that's what she do. That's what she's known for. That's what she brags about. Like that's her. Why would I marry that? And why would I even consider that? Because eventually, what's gonna happen was Megan was gonna get bored and leave him anyway. I think she's just more so salty that it happened. She found out he didn't care, and she didn't have him under his finger like she thought she did. That's all that shit is.
Meg officially split, but they were unable to confirm whether the NBA star actually cheated. The relationship was seemingly doomed from the start, according to our first source, who described Thompson and Meg, real name Megan Jovan Ruth Pete, as two different people, with the athlete allegedly making that known to those close to him. They claim that Klay Thompson has talked badly about Meg behind her back, including secretly expressing disdain for how loud the WAP rapper could be. He was like, yo, she's so fucking ghetto. I'm over the
That's
ghetto.
not his type. That's just not his type. Like I said, that you could tell and look at Klay. He's just not. That's not his type of girl. That's not his situation. Klay was in a bad situation, a bad spot. He was with a girl that yes looked good to the eyes. A lot of guys wouldn't even say Meg look good. I'm not gonna cap. I think Meg bad as hell. I be real as I think Meg bad as a motherfucker. But she a bop, she a hoe. So I'm not gonna never take Meg serious. So that's what Klay was at. Klay was just smashing. It felt good. It looked good, and he looked up. Every man comes to they senses at some point and be like, yo, I can't start my family with this. Do I want my daughter to grow up and be like, this is my mom, so now I got a 15-year-old daughter that acts like Cardi B because she wants to embrace her mother? Hell no. Because you can't stop this shit. You can't stop your kids from seeing everything that you've done at this point. You at the top of the world of being a hoe. You've made it to the top of being a hoe. And now you going around to these men and you trying to find a good rich man, and good rich men don't want that. So be Mrs. Independent rap star. Go get you a lawyer dude that don't care, that'll be your simp. He's not gonna have a lot of money, and you should be okay with that. Because that's what you wanted. You know? That's what you asked for, unbeknownst to you. That's what you asked for.
Miss. The insider alleged the way she speaks, the way she acts. Allegedly, they're saying that Klay Thompson complained about all of this. They say Thompson, who has been a professional basketball player since 2011, had a reputation for being an introvert off the court. The first source even went as far as to describe him as awkward at times. When he went public with his romance with Meg, fans questioned whether this was a case of opposites attract or a mismatched pairing.
Right. Like that's what I said earlier. Like they just seem like two opposite people. She seems like the hole in the street that wants to be some newfound housewife. He seems like the good guy who really needs to be somebody's husband in a relationship, because that just kind of seems like their dynamics of their life. Like Klay just seems like a quiet guy, good guy. I literally would, if you would ask me, I'm like, no, Klay probably. I wonder what Klay wife would looks like if I googled that to find out he's not married. Be like, oh damn, okay. He just seems like a guy that would be married. You know what I'm saying? And Meg is a hoe because she wants to be. Meg would be a great housewife if she wanted to be, but Meg wants to be a hoe. She's made that very clear to everybody. This is what she loves to do. So you can't be mad at the good guy that doesn't want to cuff the hoe.
Given the fact that Hot Girl Summer rapper is known for outgoing personality. One example is a viral video from her inaugural Pete and Thomas Foundation Gala, which showcased Megan happily singing along to a performer while Thompson simply nodded beside her. The clip sparked online buzz about whether they were built to last. If you don't know what they're talking about, chat. We knew he couldn't stand her ass once we saw this video, and this is what they're referencing. Let me tell you, that little head nod says it all, man.
Oh, they talking about, so she didn't show the video, but he's talking about the video when they sitting down at the table and Meg is yelling and talking loud, and she's just kind of, he's just kind of sitting there like, yeah, it's not his scene. It's not his scene. You gotta think, Klay got millions, Ben had millions. He probably likes to be in the comfort of his mansion or his house when he gets time off. Other than that, he has to train relentlessly for the NBA. So when he gets free time, I can't imagine Klay Thompson. He just doesn't give those vibes that that's something that he enjoys to do. He just doesn't give me those vibes that he enjoys. He enjoys to just be in those type of scenes and scenarios. And bro, I'm gonna be real. As a quiet guy myself, nobody likes the overly loud girl. Just the overly loud girl, loud for no reason, loud in public. It's cool to be loud in moments. It's cool to have your moments of excitement and you get a little loose. That's cool. Have a personality. But when you're just, bro, loud and ghetto, that's the number one turn off for a nonchalant cool guy. That's just the number one turn off. It's like, why don't you have any type of stuff? Do you see yourself? You can't see yourself. You know.
Anyway, interesting. So, according to what we're hearing, he's trying to put out his side. He's just saying that, and I want to be very careful with how I'm putting this across. Meg Thee Stallion, a lot of people describe her as representing the average or the regular black woman. I want to put a pause to that. Meg Thee Stallion is not your average black woman. Meg Thee Stallion is a uncouth, You know, she's just a ratchet. She's like Christian Rock. Like they belong. Like come on, bro. Like
Yeah,
there's we
yeah, and that's and that personality, that those traits that Megan Thee Stallion has is not going to win the rich guy with a lot of money that's super successful. That guy doesn't want Megan Thee Stallion. That guy, yeah, anybody would smash her because that's all the fuck she got. That's all she has to give. But if you already have the money and you spoil rich, what can Megan offer you? Not much of nothing. Because there's truth be told, there's badder, cleaner, quieter, smarter women out there that don't have as nearly as much body counts, don't have as nearly as much attention, don't have as nearly as much annoyance to them, nothing like that. And they look better than her. And they probably Clay's type. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't that he academics is speaking the dead ass facts.
can't take if we were supposed to describe black women and people told you that the representative of black women were Meg the Stallion and Christian Rock, you'd be like, oh hell no, it's not. Hell no. But that's what some people do believe that they are representatives of the black experience, especially the black woman.
Yeah, on the outside looking in for sure. On the outside looking in, those people present themselves on behalf of the black community to the world. We know inside the community, like, hell nah, man. Nah, I got sisters and daughters and a mother and grandmothers that would never act like this. You know what I'm saying? But however, when you have an agenda kind of pushing degenerate black women, it's gonna look like to the world that we all are pieces of shit. And then the problem is a lot of black women themselves get confused and think, oh, maybe I'm boring. Maybe I'm not, flashy enough, pretty enough, whatever. And so they try to embody people like Megan Thee Stallion. They try to embody these 304s, these hoes. And so now they lose themselves, and now we got a whole class of hoes. I know for a fact when I was younger coming up, for a fact, there was the good girls, which was the majority amount of women, and then there was your small hoes, your small little bucket of hoes. Everybody knew who the hoes was. The girl that's gonna stick a dick in the bathroom, the girl that's gonna let you hit it from behind at the park. You know what I'm saying? The everybody knows the girl that's gonna sneak you in her mama house. Everybody knew those girls, and so it was like those a small population of those girls. Now we fast forward, and I feel like the majority, a lot of women, is like 304s to hold, and you got a small population of good girls. It's completely ass backwards, bro. It's completely ass backwards. It wasn't like this 10, 15 years ago. It really wasn't. Now it's like, what the hell? Like everybody wants to be a gangster. All the dudes got to be a gangster. All the girls got to be a hoe, and it's like this is you result in this. You result in situations like this where you do got some good people left, and they end up mingling with somebody who has no intentions on thinking on your level of playing at all. So that's where we at.
Experience. No, the word out, and I'm not saying this to be malicious. I'm just saying this as just a matter of fact. The word out on Meg the Stallion ever since she got in the game was that she was a pass around. 2 cups of Henny and it's lit. You know, she was
Right.
never really seen serious, and people always said that. Unlike, say, like a Nicki Minaj, who many people tried to entice with, like, oh hey, let's go work on music while they were trying to fuck. Nicki never fucked them. You could get
Meg
Meg the
did.
Stallion, you know what I mean? Just tell her you got a bottle of goddamn Hennessy. Like, you know what I mean? If you got
And
that
she
Hennessy,
going.
you would be.
And she going. So as a man, why am I going to embody that, embrace that? Why am I going to say, hey, this is going to be my wife? The easiest girl in the room, the girl that every guy is bent over in the studio, every major producer knows what her coochie look like. Everybody knows. Why, as me, as a successful as I am, Klay Thompson, why am I going to wife this? This is what I want to leave my legacy with? Are you crazy? Come on. Meg knew what this was. She just didn't want to say it, but she knew what this was.
And Meg the Stallion. You get what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of it. So her reputation is much different from some of the people who she tried to like, act like she wasn't, in that realm. Again, men lie, women lie, but your shared experience among people will not. Klay Thompson bought into it. He
Right.
thought that he had a misunderstood woman that was a victim, this and third. After he brought her out and probably started like hanging out for a little bit, he realized, you know, this chick speaks like a man. She's loud. She's
Right.
boisterous. She's obnoxious. She doesn't know when to be quiet, and actually, she thinks she's the guy. Very bad combination. So, I'm I'm not that surprised that this has happened.
No. So that's pretty much the whole video right there. He gets into it more and more, but the main thing is Klay just clapped back. Klay claps back at Meg and tells Meg, you know what? Hey, this is what it was. I did what I did because you act like this. And you want to tell everybody I'm a cheater. You want to come at me and all this extra shit. Blah. You couldn't keep showing the rap. Let me tell you what it is. I don't like you. I don't like you. You was just. That's all it was. That's what it is. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, though. Make sure you comment below. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in to Evan Seals TV. Let me know what you want to see next. Until next time.